While the mainstream media is trying to downplay the recent rape and sexual attacks in Cologne, Germany, statistics outlining rape and sexual attacks in the Muslim and Arab world paint a very different picture. Hundreds of women, some of them pregnant or domestic servants, who are victims of rape, are being imprisoned in the United Arab Emirates every year under laws that outlaw consensual sex outside marriage, according to a recent BBC Arabic investigation. The UAE's laws on sex and pregnancy outside of marriage are based on Sharia law, were codified when the nation was founded in 1971. Women imprisoned for extramarital sex told the BBC that conditions in prisons were poor. Human rights organizations argued that the extramarital sex ban in UAE, which also exists in Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, Oman, and Yemen, Iran, Afghanistan, South Sudan, and Morocco, contravene international human rights laws, which the UAE has signed up to. Egypt is the worst country for women in the Arab world, closely followed by Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Syria, and Yemen, according to gender experts surveyed in a Reuters Foundation poll. A 2013 study by the UN, UNICEF, and the World Bank reveals that sexual violence, harassment, and trafficking combined with a breakdown of security, high rates of female genital mutilation, and a rollback of freedom since the 2011 revolution has put Egypt at the bottom of the poll. 99.3% of women and girls are subjected to sexual harassment. 27.2 million women and girls, or 91% of Egypt's female population, are victims of female genital mutilation. In war-torn Syria, where many of the refugees in Europe and Canada are arriving from, the attitude towards women is deplorable. The United Nations says that massive war displacement both inside Syria and across borders has left millions of women and girls vulnerable to sexual violence and trafficking. Girls as young as 12 have been married in refugee camps. More than 4,000 cases of rape and sexual mutilation have been reported to the Syrian Network for Human Rights. In the Palestinian territories, only 17% of women are employed, despite a literacy rate of 93%. 51% of women in Gaza City experience domestic violence. There have been hundreds of honor killings in the Palestinian territories since 2013, according to the Palestinian Bureau of Statistics. These are just some statistics that reflect the type of hatred towards women which exists in the Arab and Muslim world. Western democracies around the world are attempting to better the lives of Middle Eastern and North African refugees. This, however, should not come at the expense of women. For the Rebel.Media, I'm Igal Hecht.